This podcast is a part of the Rebel Without a Clue media network, featuring That Don't Work For Me Brother, Bullshitting, Slumber Party Massacre Luncheon, Black Manifold Transmissions, Horny Little Book Club, The Open Heart Podcast, Tripped Out and Crazy, Mad Dogs, and The Revolution Will Be Broadcast. You can find all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. Rebel Without a Clue, Strange Minds, Loud Hearts, no apologies.
You're all invited to the Slumber Party Massacre Luncheon.
We'll tear your soul apart.
Drink some of this, Michael. Be one of us.
Death has come to your little town, Sheriff. You can either ignore it, or you can help me to stop it.
Candyman.
What's up, Ookie Spookies, Goblin Gang? What else could they be called?
Terror homies.
Terror homies. Welcome back to the Slumber Party Massacre Luncheon. I'm one of the hosts of this show. My name is Robert.
I am Furious, also known as Hunter. But I'm today we have a very special review. And by special I mean just there's no other way. We're reviewing him. We both watched it.
Yeah.
And you've probably heard us shit on it. And then we decided let's review it for good. So we did rewatches.
Yes.
And I think I'm mad.
You're madder?
Think so. I went into it trying to find redeeming, and I think it made me madder.
This is what happened to me. So I watched it trying to find a bunch of like hidden meaning stuff.
Nope.
Well,
Okay.
the stuff that is there is so on the fucking nose that
Yes.
it's like okay, we get it. We know what you're going for here.
So I think that was my biggest problem, and we'll get into this. But I think that was what you just described was my biggest problem. Was that I thought that it was so on the nose that I thought it was going to be something else as a twist. And I had this problem with Send Help, where I thought that it was going to do something else, and then it just went for the low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, and
it didn't even, unlike Send Help, it didn't execute it well.
No. Okay. So him stars, let's pull that up real quick. Marlon Wayans.
And Julia Fox.
And somebody else.
Are you talking about the young guy? The main and Jim Jeffries, obviously.
The best part of the film.
Tyreek Withers is who you're talking about.
Tyreek Withers, okay.
And then Jim Jeffries, who is the best part of this movie.
100%. All right, so the movie starts out, it's about this young college athlete, not Isaiah, what's his name? Cam. So Cam is a star football player. He's a quarterback. He's, he's gonna be like picked up.
Yeah, so quick. The movie starts with the flashback of him with his dad, and they're big. We could only assume that this is a ripoff of like the Dallas Cowboys. It's the San Antonio Saviors.
Yes.
And he watches this quarterback who we now know to be Marlon Wayans. It's like the Tom Brady, where he's just like he can't not win. And so then you flash back, he's crushing it. He's dedicated. He kind of comes from a low income sort of situation where his parents are just loving and they put it all in him, and he's done well.
Yes.
And then you see he's at practice. It's late at night, and just out of does
his dad have that talk with him though in the flashback?
Yes.
about basically about being a man and greatness and what it sacrificed for greatness and
Right. Sacrifice is the big thing I picked up.
yeah. But then so anyway, he's practicing. It's nighttime. He's by himself.
Yeah, someone is kind of like, you want me to like you shut it, like I'll shut it down. You can go ahead and leave. Like I'm here, and you can kind of get the vibe that this is sort of at the end of the season, and he's sort of prepping to get ready for like the draft. Like he's close to that kind of area. And what I have to
Coming up on the combine, kind of.
yes, correct.
Yeah.
And what I can only describe as the first offense in this movie. Because for me, the way that so he gets attacked,
Yes.
and he gets attacked by someone in a mascot costume just out of nowhere. Boy, Smoke is having it today.
Yeah, let me let him
Smoke
out. My bad.
Smoke has become a main character.
He's acting like he wants outside, and then he wants to stop 20 feet shy of the door and just stare at me. Gone. All right.
So this is my first offense of the movie. A person in a like black mascot, like a goat of sorts or whatever, attacks him out of nowhere, just randomly, and there's no context, which is fine. This is my first on the nose moment, right?
For sure, dude.
A black goat attacks him, and you're left to kind of like be like, okay, so just someone who is a rival school attacks this guy that they don't like.
Yeah, or somebody got the mascot out. My assumption was somebody got the mascot outfit and put it on, unrelated to a school.
Way.
Yeah, fair enough.
Either way, you're left to kind of think that this is a random
attack.
or target. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
not
it's
random attack, but
a targeted,
isolated.
Event. Yes.
Yeah.
However, the nature in which this is shot, it's not. It's not. You automatically, what will later become a plot point is not, because you immediately, the way that it's shot, you're like, I wonder if this is going to be something.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah.
So that's for me out of the gate was that. So then he goes to he has surgery. He has a traumatic brain injury. Is it going to affect his career? He's got an agent who's doing the Lord's work, trying to get him ready. No one wants to touch him because of his traumatic brain injury. No one wants to touch him. I think it's press day for the draft. Am I right?
Yeah.
He misses the combine. His agent gets some work done for him. They think they may have some things lined out. It's about to be draft day, and he goes to get the haircut.
Yes.
And something happens, and I'm going to say that intentionally vague. Something happens, and they get his scar, and it nicks, and he bleeds, and he has an emotional moment. And he refuses to go on stage. And so he's undrafted and he is wallowing in it. And then his agent calls with this miraculous sweetheart deal where the San Antonio Saviors kind of do this sort of like pity pick where it's like, we're interested in you, but you've got a lot to prove, but you have to do a camp with our quarterback. And so they take him out there to do, I can't remember the timeline. If it was a few days
between deciding and going.
No, it was like you have to go. But wasn't there he's only there for a little bit?
Well, he's only there for a week, I think.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, because the movie's split up into 5 parts or something like that.
Right. So that is pretty much the end of part 1.
Yeah. He decides he's gonna go, and it's this remote ass compound in the desert when he gets there.
He passes some racist groupie fans who are camped out outside the compound.
Yes.
More on that later.
Right. Yeah, more to come. That shit gets wild. This section of the movie I kind of dig this part of it.
Yep, agreed. Wholeheartedly agree with this. This part
feels like it could be part of a classic cult film.
Agreed, totally agree. So he gets there. I think the next two acts are great.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
So he gets there, the vibes are off, but not enough, not bad enough. Like there's some weird demands that are given. There is a charisma that is off-putting. There
Dude,
are
that is,
subtle behaviors that people are giving off that are odd.
yeah. Yeah.
He does the physical. They check blood
Yeah.
and they kind of introduce that he'll be doing infusions, right?
Yes. Yeah. That's at that part. Yeah.
Yeah. So like we're gonna take your blood to kind of do a panel on you, and then when you're done, we're gonna be doing transfusions on you on a daily basis to kind of get you at get you athletically
Yeah.
done. Yeah,
And of course,
peak.
Isaiah pitches the goat, Isaiah, uh, pitches this as like, this is just part of it. Like, this is something all the greats have done, shit like that.
Right,
Like, this
right,
is elite medical fucking whatever. You know what I mean?
right. So back to Jim Jeffries on this, because this is where I think his sort of like he clearly is the top of his field. He is very
He's the trainer.
He's the trainer. He speaks very like he knows what he's doing and he's
Yes.
good at what he does. And there's yet such a subtle reluctance in what he's doing. If if one of our biggest complaints is how on the nose this film is, the shining star is that he's the opposite of that.
Fact.
What good subtlety is in this movie is all Jim Jeffries,
The most unsubtle human being in the world.
which is the funnest part of this.
Right?
Right. So I guess let's skip to the first kind of like really tense moment with the workout with the where they bring in the scrubs.
Yes.
So they bring in some like undrafted people who were just pumped to fucking be a part of it.
Psyched, dude.
And you probably seen this part in the trailers where there's some very tense like exercises, and if he's missing, one of the dudes takes a football from a football launcher to the dome, like
Yeah, yeah.
from 2 feet.
Yes, yeah, and it's like, so he tells Cam, like, for every fucking pass you fuck up, this dude's gonna take one to the face.
And the first two or three, that throws him worse.
Yeah,
And then he refocuses and then he gets in. And at that point, Cam is really starting to figure out like something's not right here.
especially once it's done. This dude takes how many to the like, it fucks him up,
Several.
fucks his face all up, dude, and could not be like, it's an honor to him
Hmm.
to be a part of it. Like, even after that, this dude is still just happy to be there. And that he's like, whoa, there's something fishy with Mr. Isaiah.
Right. From here, there's a lot more kind of like workouts and running and training and, some moments of like, you're not worth it. Just kind of the
General sports, like,
drill sergeant, bullshit, if you will.
yeah, 100%.
And
And
I'm
is this where Isaiah's wife is starting to hit on him too, like,
Yes.
subtly, very subtly at first?
Okay, so I think between that and where we're currently at, there was one scene where he tries to call his mom for her birthday, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the Jim Jeffries moment.
Yes.
Or no, I'm drunk. One of those two things happens really close to each other, right? I know he tries to have the moment he gets caught by Jim Jeffries, who is drunk
Yes.
and is like clearly withholding something. And again, all the praise to Jim Jeffries
He's so good.
is acting perfectly like someone who is drinking to forget or to
Yes.
numb, to numb.
Yes. Exactly what I was gonna say, dude. He is perfect at selling somebody drinking away a problem.
He is trying to numb away something.
Yes.
And I think that's when Fox comes in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Julia Fox. So then I guess we need to talk about the room, the sauna, right? The sauna
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah, definitely.
So this is a weird one for me because it felt so kind of to our last episode where elevated horror, it felt so elevated horror. Like it was so artistic that it was out of place, and it left me asking questions of like it doesn't feel grounded in reality.
Mm.
That moment didn't feel like it was grounded in reality to me.
Yeah, that was definitely reality starting to slip. Like,
Okay,
that was because he had already started having some hallucinations, right?
something like that, yeah. Or
Or
we're or
visions.
or we're led to believe that, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, the scene in the sauna is super it's out of place.
Yeah.
It's avant-garde. But I really enjoyed like the performances in that scene. Like it was a break from though out of place, like on second watch, it was kind of a welcome break from like what is an act that is pretty like formu formulaic.
Okay. I found myself, and I have had this problem on multiple reviews, but I found myself trying to figure out how and why it happened. So, like, this person finally, of all the times this person's camped outside your house, almost living there, has just now got in. I struggled with the believability of it, of like, and then she came to the song. Like, it was just that, I think, that threw me off.
Is that she had just figured it out.
Yeah, like this person like it's kind of a like the stray cat, right? Like, oh, we
Okay.
don't bother with her. Don't worry about her. You know,
That's true.
she's all bark no bite. Don't worry about her. And then she gets into the compound. So it's just kind of like, don't worry about her. She's never been a problem. And then she gets in there. And I understand that, like, so it's sort of established that this person, these groupies, these super fans don't want him there. And that's where the attack is, right? Is that they're coming to attack him because they don't want they love Isaiah and they don't
So
want
much that they don't want the next.
right.
Yeah.
So they come and they try to attack him, and then he beats the shit out of her,
Yeah, dude.
but doesn't kill her.
Right.
And then the other two are dead, right? There's other people, right?
Yeah. They're dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Isaiah comes in,
Yes.
and there's the weird sex moment, or or there's the weird moment.
It gets real intimate real quick for a second.
I think that also threw me off guard.
Yeah.
I'm deeply rooted in motives and why, and it felt out of place of like, okay, so a groupie who is clearly dangerous. Like if you had established that like occasionally he dips his wick,
Yes.
that'd be one thing. But it's almost like, and please tell me if you think otherwise, that this person has been longing for so long as she finally got it, and he just kind of gave her that sort of like, here's the reward for your trouble.
Kinda, yeah. It was like she it's shown as like she kind of earned that with her intensity and her
Yeah,
commitment. I think and it's a real turning point for Marlon Wayans' character.
yeah, it is.
But I think it's a turn like it feels like it fits kind of with the rest of his character towards the end once you find out more about it.
Right. Sure.
It's one of those things that like looking back at the movie
Yeah.
kind of like once you know the full story, you can look back at that moment and be like, "Oh, well, it
So here's my thought on that. I
okay."
think where you're going with that is right. I think that's what they were trying to do with that scene. I don't think that it accomplished it.
Oh,
I think exactly what you're saying based on what we find out. I think that's exactly what they wanted, was a moment where you went back and went, "Oh, well, that's what that was about. That's what that was all about. That's what that meant." But I don't think that it did fully connect it. I think that it was just connected enough that you were able to piece those 2 together and go, "Oh, I get it. That's where you were going." But not
Yeah.
well enough to make you go to make me go, "Oh, alright. You got me."
Yeah, yeah. Fair enough. It's and I'm saying that on a second watch. So like that's a fair point. That's a fair
Yeah.
point. If it doesn't work the first time, how good of a mechanism is it?
So, like, take a movie like, Get Out, right? Where
Yeah.
there are moments all throughout that movie that have those kind of, like, strange moments where, like, the grandpa or the handyman is, like,
Yeah.
running laps, and as fast as he fucking can, and you're
Dude,
like, "What an out of place moment," and then you get it, and you're like, "I get it."
dude, what I man, fuck, we're gonna end up talking about a good movie, but Get Out also did it well. Like, love that scene after you find out everything that's going on and Get Out, but the scene with him and the maid where she automatically thinks he's like accusing her of stealing shit or whatever. But he's doing it as like I'm on your side. You know what I mean? We're both African Americans. I'm obviously on your team. But she's an old white lady, so she's like distraught and acting like, you know what I mean? Like it's so genius the way those performances get laid out, and this movie does not do that.
So that's where I'm going. It's like, I see what they were trying to accomplish, and I got it. But,
Right?
like,
Yeah.
it didn't have that payoff to me. It didn't have that moment where you find out what you find out, and then you go, "That was cool."
Smoke. Hold on. God damn it. Sometimes, dude.
I love that he's a main character now.
Yeah, smoke. Smoke is part of. Don't even come back in here.
He's gonna he's gonna bring his bullshit.
Lay down. Okay. All right.
So, after the moment with the break-in,
Yeah.
there's blood everywhere. It is an incredibly violent and bloody scene. There's a cleanup effort. Let's go ahead and fast forward to there's more like amongst the workouts, amongst the scrimmages, you start weaving in more Julia Fox, and there's a party in that same room.
Yes.
And we're led to believe that he gets drunk and fucks her, right?
Cam.
Right. Cam gets drunk and has sex with Julia Fox. There's some flirting, some dancing, and then cut scene, and then we wake up and he's like, "Fuck, that sucks."
Hmm.
Which was odd because wasn't that one of the things that was in Isaiah's like original like this is a clean week. There's no jerking off. There's no
Yeah. Yeah.
drugs.
Yeah.
Okay, because that was a off-putting thing for me is that like that made sense, and then like to be like no, this is a totally clean week, and then that happened where there was drugs and alcohol and
Fair enough. I didn't even think about that.
but the call came from inside the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
And
didn't even
and
think
that
about that.
it's not off-putting until let's move on. Let's move on. So that there was a moment there. So then there's a press moment. Like he confronts him, right? You fucker, it's an intense moment. And then he kind of like humorously is like, I'm fucking with you. At this point, I will say that Cam's body language is he's doing great work because he's like, you can tell at this point Cam is over Isaiah.
Yeah. Yeah. Can
The
I say though, really, really love Marlon Wayans' performance. It's just a bad movie.
Yes, I didn't think that Tariq Withers' performance was bad.
No. 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 No.
Yes. He confronts him, and then we find out he's fucking with him, and then Tyreek is clearly like the guy that I thought that this dude was that I looked up to. Like, fuck him. I'm over it. I am over this bullshit.
Yeah. This is done.
they have the press moment where I think it's like they pretty much said we're gonna have him, and so they bring in the press to do an interview on a piece for the new quarterback. So they doll him up, they have the moment, and this is where we kind of get established that like Julia Fox's character isn't just some model bimbo, but she runs sort of press
Mhm.
and yeah. So she's over that and then tells him we're going to go to a party tonight. And Isaiah doesn't go. He's not interested. And so they show up, and this was a really interesting choice and not one that I hated. The venue that they show up to was such an odd choice because it looked like it was in like a shopping mall or just like
Yeah,
it was an unassuming area.
it was weird. It had those vibes of like in the 90s when they would have like a rave in an abandoned hospital or something.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was very, and again, didn't hate it. I didn't hate the choice,
No.
especially for what the movie was going for. I didn't
Mhm.
hate it, but it was interesting.
It was a cool set.
Yeah. I will say that if I'm being honest with you, this whole scene was also kind of a highlight for me. The
Yeah.
whole thing. You go in, it had its on the nose moments. Like it had some way too on the nose moments. Way too on the nose moments. But there was enough in there to weigh it out for me that made it kind of a cool plot point. He goes in, there's drugs, there's alcohol. Again, supposed to be clean.
Yeah.
Um, they have this moment where he's meeting with the ownership of the company and his agent is there who's brokered this deal. And he talks about how he set everything up and it's a sweetheart deal and it's perfect. And then there's like a drink the chalice thing, right?
For sure.
The body language is weird. Okay, all right, I guess.
Right.
And then a weird montage of like drugs and like, what's happening. Also, as he goes in before he gets alcoholed up, he has that moment with Jim Jeffries, right? Where Jim Jeffries is drinking and tells him to run.
Oh yeah, yeah. Jim Jeffries is like, you just need to fucking get like,
Yeah, the best. Again, I think it's very simple. I think it's like get out of here or run or whatever. It's yeah. Then a bunch of like cuts, just a montage of just dancing, drugs, and the occult.
yeah, yeah. It's pretty fucking rad.
It is, and
It's
then
very rad.
and it's kind of the same. If I remember correctly, it's kind of the same. It's sort of the same set of scenes over and over, but it
Hmm.
gets more intense along the way. So it's like
Yes.
drugs party that one room, drugs party that one room with blood, drugs party. It just gets more and more intense until we get the reveal of Jim Jeffries' head,
Yes.
which you're kind of like, I believe that this has happened, but also just wild enough to be like, but did it?
Yeah.
So from here, okay, help me. From here, this is where we start getting into the climax, right? There's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
really a
This is
okay.
the turn and then straight into pretty much he's confronting Isaiah about everything.
There's not much between that's helpful, but the next scene pretty much is when we find out really what this film's been about the whole time that you guessed. He
That
goes
you
into
probably know by now.
yeah, because I think he's gone. If I remember correctly, he's kind of figured it out, and he's going in there to beat the shit out of him, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's going to end this.
Okay, he goes in there, and we realize as we see his Isaiah's kind of like trophy room, if you will.
That's kind of the thing is he goes on this like scorched earth fucking mission towards the end, and it is crazy. It's buck wild.
Yep. So he goes in there to be like, "Fuck this, I'm over it." We get the reveal that essentially it's a deal with the devil. That
Essentially.
like the blood transfusions that he's getting are Isaiah's blood, and that this is moving avatar to avatar. And then we get the pan up on the room where it's the silhouettes and the jerseys of those that came before.
Yeah.
And then it kind of the pieces click in a somewhat satisfying way of like you now understand why Isaiah the GOAT for so many seasons
Yeah. Yeah.
is that it's like the Avatar is passed from, dynasty to dynasty.
Yes.
And so you understand that sort of that part of the occult, right? Like,
Yeah. That
do
this is
we know we know that this is like the Avatar part, right? Where it's like it's going from person to person. But do we know, and as they're kind of fighting it out, it's kind of like that's sort of the prophecy anyway, is that like he kind of had to end it anyway. But
yeah.
but Isaiah doesn't want him to.
Like it was always going to end this way, but Isaiah is just like trying to hang on to it with everything.
Which again, I actually appreciated that. I think they could have done it better. I think they could have done better dialogue of like
Mm-hmm. I think so too.
to establish like you're not ready. This is
Yeah.
I'm holding on to this. I think there was what it lacked. The one critique I have on him is that I think it lacked desperation.
Well, he kind of hints at that. We skipped over it. The scene where he takes him shooting,
Yeah, you're right.
and he kind of hints at like I don't know if I'm ready for you to be. Yeah, and it gets real awkward between them.
Yeah. I still think that even with that in that final scene, if there was more desperation,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
would have been a just slightly more elevated scene.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Not that it would have saved for what happens next, but
No,
nonetheless.
no, the most shit wild ending.
So he ends up killing him, covered in blood, goes to a stadium area.
That is just there for some reason now.
So I want to pause here. Have we seen that area? It's not the training facility that he's been
Not that
playing in.
I don't think so.
This looks like a fucking stadium.
And not like an NFL stadium, and not like a college football stadium. This looks like fucking like a 4A high school fucking stadium.
Texas 4A with
A
concrete.
Texas 4A. Yeah.
But there's no like again, my brain, he goes out of Isaiah's cave straight into this area. It's not like he hops in an Uber and then gets sent there. It has to be at the compound. And
Yeah.
and we've just never seen it.
I know, dude.
He just knows to go in here.
Yeah, he just knew this is where the cult meeting was going to be.
So we bust through the door and it's a cult meeting.
Mm-hmm.
There are cheerleaders. There are people in masks.
Mascot.
Sacrificial shit everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
People sitting at a tapestry and a pot. It's just, you know what it is at this point. This is a deal with the devil. A joke
Oh, yeah.
that I have made countless times, that like Tom Brady and Bill Belichick and the Patriots made a deal with like a joke that made a very good horror premise, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
And it fell so flat.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
could have been scary. It could have been creepy, and it just
Was a fucking Gwen Stefani music video.
absolutely it was. So first and foremost, I don't know if you were being funny in that in what way, but like the color palette was
Yes.
totally different.
That's what I mean. Like it looks like a fucking 2000s Pink music video.
Yep. It is shot different lens-wise than the entire movie. And not in a positive way. I've seen that done. That is not something that is totally
Workable.
heard of.
Yeah.
That like you change your lens or whatever to drive a point home, but not
Yeah.
in this way. So he goes in, it's a sacrifice. He has to basically pledge his allegiance. You find out it's a deal with the devil.
The setting is like horror to the max, right?
Yes.
But the aesthetic when he walks into this room and the vibe is like I can see clearly now the rain is gone. You know what I mean? Like it's like this revelatory Like,
To me, it felt like a scary villain moment in like a Dexter's Laboratory cartoon. Where
yes.
you never you know that this is the antagonist, and yet you'll never feel scared because it's so
Yeah.
cartoonish.
Yeah.
Why they chose a blue sky and a green field, like, if you're gonna do it, like, do it in a stadium that's blacked out, right?
Yes,
Add
dude.
some flames. You could have really punched this from what finger sandwiches we give it
Yes.
at least a full point and a half if you had just not made it bright and colorful and honestly, like, humorous, because that's not the aesthetics aren't the only thing, right?
No. No.
So there's so much here to unpack.
Yeah.
First of all, he goes in, he has the confrontational moment. The like lawyer is there, the agent's there, he's brokered this the whole time. You find out that like they scoped him from the beginning and that was their plan all along, that they planted the attack, which again now makes sense. The black devil, the black goat for the devil.
Yeah.
It on the nose, it made
Very.
sense. Okay, all right, whatever. The one thing that was subtle and wasn't on the nose that I do appreciate was that the agent had something to do with the buzz cut that clipped his head and the reason he didn't take that moment. Because the
That's
whole
right.
the whole him tanking his career so that he's bottom of the barrel so that
That's right.
he misses his press moment because he gets the bad cut and he bleeds really bad. The agent was a part of that. I caught that this time.
Forgot about that.
That was the one get out moment in this movie for me, was that small detail was there the whole time.
And he knew that one little thing would send him over the fucking edge.
Yep. That I appreciate.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, it was.
That's
It
good
was.
stuff.
So
Now, let's get back to the fucking cartoon.
back to the Saturday comics. So he he gets confronted, he's not having it. He's already pissed off. He comes in there letting them know, like, I just killed Isaiah, and they're like, good. You fulfilled the
Yeah.
prophecy. And I feel like there could have been a better, like, God damn it, like, I just had a triumph and y'all are like, good.
No, dude. Fucking, they're just like, okay, great. That's step 3 done.
It was a real Palpatine moment of just like, do it. Okay. So they're like coaxing him, like, get, like, do it. It's time to like say the words, do the creepy
Yeah.
demonic bullshit. And he is like, I'm fucking done with this. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, man.
So then isn't that when hellfire rains down and he starts killing motherfuckers? Like he throws the
He gets a giant sword from somewhere.
from, I think, like a mascot or something,
Yeah. And just starts fucking shit up.
throwing and killing, slicing people. And then there's that moment kind of in all of that chaos where Julia Fox is in on it and she's like coming down and is like, I'm gonna set this shit straight. And
Yeah,
that was kind of a gratifying kill.
that was good stuff.
And then there's the like, he's killed everybody. By the way, multiple people up there. The owner, the owner's son, the lawyer, Julia Fox. I think there's multiple people up there, not just those people, but
Yeah.
more quiet people who are nameless benefactors to this satanic football club.
Yes.
He's murdering them all. And the cheerleaders are still doing their thing.
I know, dude. The cheerleaders are just in it.
What?
I don't know. They didn't scatter. They didn't change expressions.
What?
Yeah, it's fucking insane.
Rob,
Yes.
that was the most off-putting thing in the whole fucking movie, is that people are getting their heads chopped off, people are getting cut down, and these
Yeah.
cheerleaders are just rah-rahing.
Yeah, man. It's bonkers. Kind of. I don't know why they kept it. I don't know why they kept it.
So when the first person gets murdered and then everybody starts scattering like flies and he has that
Yeah.
kind of like, I'm gonna hunt you down moment, that was the moment that the cheerleaders also scramble.
For sure. 100.
Why
Yes.
Like, and if the answer is that they're in some form of a trance, then establish that.
Let it be known.
So, like, if we're led to believe, and if there's a listener out there that can tell us, okay, well, that same trance that those other scrub football players were in, if that's the same thing, then fucking establish that.
Have a cheerleader show up at some point.
Or make it known to the viewer that that is the type of magic we're dealing with, that there's a sort of like, oh, we can make you complacent.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And there's plenty of opportunity to take something out and insert that. Like,
You could have done that with the like they drug him and that's makes him complacent and he fights that.
bro, what if, you know what they should have done? The cheerleaders should have been the cleanup crew for the murder in the
Yes.
sauna. But that would have been a
Yeah,
cool choice.
that would have been a cool choice. So he murders everyone. The last dude grovels. The son of the owner, I believe it is groveling and crawls on. And again, so here's the other thing I thought this movie was going to do and didn't do. I thought it was going to do a high Ready or Not. Well, I thought the sacrifice didn't get made and there was going to be hell to pay.
Consequences. Yeah, that would have been good.
But it just turns out that the prophecy wasn't fulfilled.
Yeah, it just turns out it's fine if it doesn't.
So the Falcons win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, big fucking deal.
That's another team. Yeah. And then you kind of lean even heavier, which hard to believe. You lean even heavier into the like majesty of the like
Yes.
the brightness and the like the score is like ah and then him.
Yep. Okay.
And Suge, I don't even we don't have time. I don't want to talk about it, but like it also had a disastrous press tour
Yeah.
where like there were moments again where I thought that you could kind of tell in these moments that like Marlon was not proud of the movie, but he was proud of his performance. And you could tell in the press,
Yeah, dude.
but the moments where it was him and Tariq and Julia, which
Yeah.
was a mistake. You should have had him and Jim Jeffries and Tyreek,
Facts, dude.
but they put her in it, and she did what she always does, and she milked a 10-minute cameo and talked
Yeah.
about the relevance and toxic masculinity
Jesus.
and I just don't know that like that was a theme of the movie, but it wasn't the primary one.
No, certainly not the primary theme. I
That
guess
was
you could
not at
draw.
all like a very faint line.
Yeah, for Tosca. No,
I think
there's themes it's hitting way heavier.
yeah. Yes. It felt more when she said that. It felt more like a dig against Marlon Wayans.
Yeah, yeah,
And you
yeah,
could tell like he was getting visibly pissed off in these interviews and it was just hard to watch. Anyway,
yeah.
so
Also, we should say that they pushed the fact that Jordan Peele was producer on it so hard that we cannot be the only people who got confused and thought it was a Jordan Peele film.
yeah. Yeah.
And if you have to push that hard, it's probably not a good fucking movie.
Do you know, was this a Monkey Paw movie or was he just a producer on it?
I think let's look. I think it is at least attached to Monkey Paw. Monkey Paw Productions. Yeah, it is a Monkey Paw. I wonder, it makes me wonder how much he had to do with it.
I'll say this. We've said it before, but things that he is kind of like the opposite of the argument that we've had about like that there are some directors like Sam Raimi that make better producers than directors sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
This is the opposite of that.
No doubt.
I think that people try to imitate him
Yes.
and don't do it well.
And we've seen it countless times with movies now, like 10 years removed from Get Out. Like, how many fucking Get Outs have there been now? And Look, guys, I get that you want to have like hidden messages in your movies and symbols for things in your movies and shit like that. But like, it can't be your whole movie so that it turns into like a series of fucking like vignettes. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, now here's the part about, what you're willing to give up to achieve greatness. Okay. Now here's the part about, race, you know what I mean? Just as an example, there's not a ton of that in this movie, but
Honestly, it was so on the nose at moments that I was shocked that it wasn't 7 parts and all 7 were about the 7 deadly sins.
no shit. No shit, right?
The way they shoehorned art in here,
Yeah.
and again, like, there are movies that do it well, like Get Out and Nope. I mean, countless others that aren't even Jordan Peele.
No.
One of my favorites, Shutter Island, where things were there the whole time.
Yep. What else? There's a ton.
Yeah, and it was so blended of on the nose and yet also didn't know what it wanted to be. Like, it knew what it wanted to be too much and also not enough. It's a hard thing to say.
This was so like we've brought up a couple of times now the term elevated horror. This is
Mhm.
like wannabe elevated horror. This
Which
is like imitation.
which is funny because don't we usually use elevated horror in the sense of, like, it's typical. I mean, we've used it for the most part as a not a good thing.
Right, right,
So to say that this is even missing the mark on that is telling.
right, right. It can't even do that right. Things that did work for me. I loved Marlon Wayans' performance.
Yeah.
It was a wasted Marlon Wayans. Jim Jeffries was dope. The middle part, like the middle, again, it's that thing of like send help. It's like if it had just picked what it wanted to be and stuck to it.
Well, I think this is a bigger fumble than send help for one reason, is that that was a performance situation.
Mm,
And to me, this was a deeper. I can forgive an actor making a choice and missing the mark because the director didn't rein it in. But when you have an almost out of body experience because thematically you have shifted everything and it's not tonally matching in the way that it would make most appropriate to do.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, same idea, same director made a choice and it fucked the choice up. But to me, I can forgive an actor choice.
okay,
I can forgive Rachel McAdams being in a different movie than her douchebag Chad Voss. I can't, like,
yeah,
I can't do the, like, how we go from beating the shit out of the manifestation of the devil to the opening credits of NCAA football 2026.
fair, fair, super
And
fair.
and that's what it felt like.
I see what you're saying. And I think it comes down to a couple of things. I wonder how much of this movie ended up on the cutting room floor. And I don't know, man, the writing just feels real sloppy.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I wonder how much was on the floor. I also wonder. It just feels too much to me like somebody was trying. It was like fan fiction of a Jordan Peele production.
That's exactly what it was.
Someone
That
who wanted
that's
to
the
make
nail
a
on the head.
someone that wanted to make a movie that someone could be like, "Oh, did you remember that scene? That was a callback to that." And to me, you did one of those. To me, the
Yeah.
best one that you did was that the lawyer caused the head to. I mean, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the only one.
I mean, like, think about this, Shook. The moment where they reveal that we were there the whole time and we caused your injury should have been a big, like, gasp.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
And
Like,
it wasn't.
either you knew it all along or it didn't work.
Yeah, I'm with you. Damn, man. I was real excited about this movie too.
Mm-hmm. I was incredibly excited about it,
Real excited about it going into it.
but
We gonna give it
alas,
some sandwiches.
yeah, you go on.
I am going to give this movie 4. Oh no, we do it out of 5, don't we? I'm going to give this movie a 2 out of 5
Interesting. Okay.
because it is a mess. But I gotta be honest with you, man. Like even on the second watch, knowing what's coming, I was still fairly invested. Like I wasn't drifting in and out of it. I wasn't on my phone. I wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
There is something visually in the middle parts of this movie that are appealing. And I think it does make enough. I'm going to change my score. No,
You gonna go with the 2?
I'm going to go with a 2. I'm going to go with a 2. And it's a 2 because it's watchable. It's not life changing. It is messy. It's not like, it's that thing of like, if this was a B movie, I might even give it like a 3. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a weird one, guys. It's a weird one.
I'm going to give it 1.5 finger sandwiches and a giant can of Foster's beer for Jim Jeffries.
Hell yeah.
And
Hell
and and because I think that I could argue with myself that I should give it a 2, but I'm unwilling to do it because I gave Sin Help a 2, and I don't think those are the same.
Oh,
And so I think the things that I like most about this movie were independent of one human being, and so I'm gonna give him his credit with his Foster's beer.
fair enough, dude.
So one, and I was stretching between a 1 and a 1.5. I held. I'm gonna
Got you.
be nice because I think there were some really cool things in the middle. Because I wanted to give it a 1, but I think that there
Yeah,
were some really cool things in it, so I'm gonna give it a 1.5. Like it to me, it is entirely possible to have like hear people talk about The Sopranos being one of the best television series of all time and shit in the bed so bad on the finale or Lost, right? Where people get so viscerally pissed off by an ending that it ruins everything for them. And that was it for me, is that I think that if the ending had been tighter, I'd have been fine with the 2.5.
fair, fair. Let me hit you with this. I think it's a 2 because it's not a movie I would watch again of my own volition, but if I was around somebody who hadn't seen it, I might watch it with them fucking just to see their reaction to the film.
Agree with that. 100% agree with that. But there are ones that I will do that on.
Fair. Fuck. Fair.
I don't have high standards. Like I have no problem watching a fucking Zero multiple times if there is some fun in it,
If there's
which
a reason.
which watching with another person would be.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, guys, check
And
out
that
him.
was Ernest Scared Stupid. Yeah.
No, that's a 4.
Yeah, it is. That's one of the
That's a
greatest horror.
4 all day, dude.
It is.
That's going to do it for the luncheon. If you like listening to us, you should check out our other podcasts on the network. We've got so many of them. We've got the Black Manifold Transmissions. We've got the Horny Book Club. We've got the Open Heart Podcast. We've got Mad Dogs. We've got Tripped Out and Crazy. There's just, I can't even name them all anymore. And you can find them all on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. You can also check out our website, www.rebel.com. Do me a favor, get on Facebook, follow the Midnight Mass with Reverend Wright and Brother Herman Innards. Got a live show coming up 7/17. We're going to be doing the film Piranha.
So pumped.
It's going to be sick, dude.
When did you say that was?
7/17. Piranha is going to be fucking awesome. You can get tickets for that at www.birdiescabaret.com. It's going to be $10 a head. That's advance and at the door. Tuesday, this will be past that. While you're on Facebook, follow Suplex Cinema. It's a happy hour show that me and Mahfouz from Midnight Mass do that is 1 part improv comedy, 1 part wrestling history, and 2 parts absolutely fucking insane. So come on by for that. That's Tuesdays at Pizza D Action from 5 to 7 at happy hour. They're going to have $6 D Slammers and $1.75 Carnitas Tacos. I think that's all we got cooking right now.
Hell yeah.
Until next week, as always, be sure to check under your bed for the monster and over your shoulder for the boss. The luncheon is fucking over stuff.